Welcome to the Hidden Wealth Coins. What if the coins hiding in your pocket right now could be worth thousands, or even more? These Sacagawea dollars from the early 2000s may look ordinary, but few rare versions have stunned collectors with unbelievable prices. One tiny detail, one hidden error, or one perfect condition could turn a simple dollar into a life-changing discovery. Before you spend it, take a closer look. Your fortune might already be in your hands. First up, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar is one of those coins that feels ordinary at first glance, but the deeper you look, the more fascinating it becomes. When it was first released, millions of these coins entered circulation, and people treated them like any other dollar coin. But hidden within that massive production are rare variations, exceptional conditions, and unique errors that can transform a simple coin into something collectors are willing to pay extraordinary money for. This is where the real story begins. The difference between a common coin and one that could be worth thousands. When the United States introduced the Sacagawea dollar in 2000, it wasn't just another coin. It was a redesign meant to replace the Susan B. Anthony dollar. The coin features Sacagawea, the Native American woman who helped guide the Lewis and Clark expedition, holding her infant son. The reverse originally displayed a soaring eagle. Coins minted in Denver carry the D mint mark, and the 2000 D version was struck in huge numbers. That's why most of them are still only worth face value. But condition and rarity change everything. Now, here's where things get interesting. Not all 2000 D Sacagawea dollars are equal. The majority were used in everyday transactions, meaning they have scratches, wear, and dull surfaces. But a small number were preserved in near-perfect condition, known as mint state coins. These are graded on a scale, and the highest levels, MS-67, MS-68, and beyond, are extremely rare. A coin in such condition can jump from being worth $1 to hundreds or even thousands, simply because of how well it has been preserved. Collectors are obsessed with perfection. A flawless surface, strong luster, and sharp details can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. The 2000 D Sacagawea dollar, when found in top condition, becomes highly desirable because so few examples exist at that level. It's not about the coin itself. It's about how rare it is to find one that looks untouched after more than 2 decades. Then there are mint errors, which are the real treasure hunter's target. Errors can happen during production. Missed strikes, off-center designs, double impressions, or unusual surface textures. These mistakes are not supposed to exist, which is exactly why collectors value them so highly. A rare error on a 2000 D Sacagawea dollar can push its value far beyond normal expectations, sometimes reaching the thousands of dollars, depending on the uniqueness and visibility of the error. One of the most talked about features in early Sacagawea dollars is the Cheerios variety. Although this specific variety is more associated with Philadelphia minted coins, it created a wave of interest that affected all 2000 coins, including those from Denver. It made collectors realize that hidden differences can exist even in coins that look identical at first glance. That realization drove people to start examining their coins more closely, and that's when rare finds began to surface. Another factor that can dramatically increase value is original packaging. Coins that were never circulated and remained in government-issued sets or sealed rolls often retain their brilliance. A 2000 D Sacagawea dollar, kept in such condition, stands a much higher chance of achieving a top grade. These coins haven't been touched by daily use, which means their surfaces remain clean and sharp, exactly what collectors are willing to pay for. It's important to understand that not every 2000 D Sacagawea dollar is valuable, and this is where many people get confused. The idea that every coin can make you a millionaire overnight is more myth than reality. However, the possibility of finding a rare, high-grade, or error coin is very real, and that small chance is what keeps collectors searching through rolls, collections, and old savings. The coin market works on demand and rarity. If a coin is common, its value stays low. But if only a few examples exist in top condition, the price can rise dramatically. Auctions have shown that collectors are willing to compete fiercely for the best specimens. A top-graded 2000 D Sacagawea dollar can sell for hundreds or even more, depending on the competition and demand at the time. Grading plays a critical role in determining value. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on strict standards, assigning them a number that reflects their condition. A difference of just one grade point can mean a huge difference in price. That's why serious collectors often send their coins for grading. It provides proof of quality and increases trust among buyers. If you think you might have a valuable coin, the first step is to examine it carefully. Look for shine, scratches, and sharpness of detail. Check for unusual features that don't match standard designs. Even small differences can matter. But patience is key. True value comes from careful evaluation, not assumptions. The excitement around the 2000 D Sacagawea dollar comes from the idea that something ordinary can become extraordinary. It's the thrill of discovery, the possibility that a coin sitting unnoticed could turn out to be rare. This is what drives collectors and keeps the coin market alive and dynamic. At the same time, it's important to stay realistic. While some coins can reach high values, most remain close to their face value. The stories of million-dollar coins exist, but they are extremely rare and usually involve unique historical significance or one-of-a-kind errors. The 2000 D Sacagawea dollar can be valuable, but only under specific conditions. In the end, this coin represents more than just money. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the excitement of collecting. Whether you're a beginner or someone exploring coins for the first time, the 2000 D Sacagawea dollar offers a perfect example of how value is created. It's not just about what the coin is, but what makes it special. And sometimes, that difference is enough to turn a simple dollar into something truly remarkable. Second up, the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar is one of those coins that looks simple on the surface, but carries a hidden world of mystery, rarity, and unexpected value beneath it. At first glance, it's just a golden-colored dollar with a historic figure, something many people ignored or even spent without a second thought. But within this ordinary appearance lies the possibility of extraordinary worth. For some collectors, this coin represents a chance, however small, to discover something truly valuable sitting quietly in plain sight. When this coin was first introduced in the year 2000, it marked a fresh beginning for U.S. dollar coins. The design honored Sacagawea, the Native American woman, who played a key role in guiding explorers across unknown lands. The Philadelphia Mint produced these coins with a P mark, and millions were released into circulation. Because of this massive production, most examples today are common. But what separates a normal coin from a valuable one is not how many were made. It's how many survived in perfect or unusual condition. Condition is everything in the world of coins. A 2000 P Sacagawea dollar that has been used, scratched, or dulled over time will almost always remain worth just $1. However, a coin that has somehow remained untouched, with brilliant shine and sharp details, can reach a completely different level of value. These high-grade coins are extremely hard to find because most were used in daily transactions. The fewer perfect coins that exist, the more collectors are willing to pay for them. There's a special excitement when it comes to coins that appear flawless. A 2000 P Sacagawea dollar in near-perfect condition, often graded at the highest levels, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It's not magic, it's scarcity. When collectors compete for the best of the best, prices naturally rise. A tiny difference in quality can mean a huge jump in value, turning an ordinary coin into something highly desirable. But the real thrill begins when we talk about rare varieties and unexpected differences. In the early release of these coins, a small number were included in cereal boxes as a promotional effort, and those coins had slightly different details on the eagle's feathers. These special pieces became known among collectors as unique varieties, and they sparked massive interest. Suddenly, people realized that not all coins are exactly the same, even if they look identical at first glance. This discovery changed everything. It encouraged collectors to examine every 2000 P Sacagawea dollar more closely, searching for subtle variations that could increase value. Some coins show sharper details, while others have minor design differences that make them stand out. These small features might seem insignificant, but in the coin world, they can make all the difference between a common coin and a rare find. Another layer of value comes from mint errors. During the minting process, mistakes can happen, off-center strikes, doubled images, or unusual textures. These errors are not supposed to exist, which is exactly why they are so valuable. A rare error on a 2000p Sacagawea dollar can push its price far beyond normal levels, sometimes reaching into the thousands depending on how unique and noticeable the error is. Still, it's important to understand the reality behind the hype. Not every 2000p Sacagawea dollar will make someone rich overnight. The idea of becoming a billionaire from a single coin is extremely unlikely. However, the possibility of finding a coin worth significantly more than its face value is real, and that's what keeps collectors searching and hoping. The market for coins is driven by demand, rarity, and condition. When collectors want something that is hard to find, they are willing to pay more for it. Auctions often reveal surprising prices for top-quality coins, especially when multiple buyers compete for the same rare piece. This is where a 2000p Sacagawea dollar in exceptional condition can truly shine. Preservation also plays a major role in value. Coins that were stored carefully away from scratches and environmental damage have a much better chance of achieving high grades. Even something as simple as keeping a coin in a protective holder can make a big difference over time. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. For anyone who believes they might have a valuable coin, careful inspection is the first step. Look closely at the surface, the shine, and the details. Compare it with standard examples, and watch for anything unusual. Sometimes the smallest difference can be the most important clue, but patience and knowledge are key. True value comes from understanding what makes a coin special. What makes the 2000p Sacagawea dollar so fascinating is the idea that value can be hidden in something so common. It's the excitement of discovery, the possibility that a coin sitting unnoticed could turn out to be rare. This sense of mystery is what draws people into the world of coin collecting and keeps them engaged. At the same time, staying realistic is important. While some coins can reach impressive values, most remain close to their original worth. The stories of million-dollar coins exist, but they are rare exceptions, not the rule. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar is potential, but only under the right conditions. In the end, this coin is more than just a piece of metal. It represents history, artistry, and the thrill of possibility. Whether it's worth $1 or much more depends on factors that are not always visible at first glance. And that's what makes it so intriguing. The idea that something small and simple could, under the right circumstances, become something truly valuable. Third up, the 2001 Sacagawea dollar is one of those coins that quietly sits in collections and old drawers, often ignored, yet carries a powerful sense of possibility. At first glance, it looks like just another golden dollar, something ordinary and easy to overlook. But in the world of coin collecting, ordinary can sometimes hide something extraordinary. The idea that a simple coin could hold surprising value is what draws attention to this piece and keeps collectors constantly searching. When the 2001 Sacagawea dollars were produced, the excitement from the initial 2000 release had already begun to settle. Fewer coins were needed for circulation, and although the Denver Mint still produced a large number, the overall attention from the public was lower. This shift created an interesting situation. While the coin itself was not rare in quantity, the number of coins preserved in perfect condition became much more limited over time, and that's where the story of value begins. Condition plays the most critical role in determining how much a 2001 Sacagawea dollar can be worth. A coin that has been used, scratched, or worn down will almost always remain close to its face value. However, a coin that has been carefully preserved, maintaining its original shine and sharp details, can become something entirely different. These high-grade coins are extremely difficult to find because most were handled and circulated without much care. Collectors search for coins that look almost untouched, as if they just left the mint. When a 2001 Sacagawea dollar reaches the highest grading levels, it becomes a rare object. At that point, it's no longer just a coin. It becomes a collectible prize. Such coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on how perfect they are and how many similar examples exist. The shine, known as luster, is one of the most important features collectors look for. A strong, glowing surface with no marks or dullness can dramatically increase a coin's appeal. Along with that, the details of the design, Sacagawea's portrait and the eagle on the reverse, must be crisp and fully defined. Any weakness or damage can reduce the value, while perfection can elevate it. Another exciting factor is the possibility of mint errors. During production, mistakes can occur, and these mistakes are highly sought after. A 2001 Sacagawea dollar with an unusual feature, such as a doubled image, an off-center strike, or a unique surface flaw, can become far more valuable than a standard coin. These errors are rare, and rarity is what drives prices higher in the collector's market. There is also a psychological element that adds to the excitement. The belief that a hidden treasure could be sitting unnoticed creates a sense of curiosity and urgency. People begin to check their coins more carefully, hoping to discover something special. This feeling turns a simple hobby into something much more thrilling, where every coin has a potential to surprise you. At the same time, it's important to separate reality from exaggeration. The idea that a 2001 Sacagawea dollar could instantly make someone a billionaire overnight is not realistic. While some coins can reach impressive values, they do so under very specific conditions. The majority of these coins are still worth only $1, and only a small percentage achieve higher prices. The market for coins depends on supply and demand. If a coin is common and easy to find, its value remains low. But if a coin is rare in top condition or has a unique feature, collectors are willing to pay more for it. Auctions often reveal this dynamic, where rare coins attract competitive bidding and can sell for much higher than expected. Grading services play a major role in confirming a coin's value. Professional graders examine coins carefully and assign them a grade that reflects their condition. This grade helps buyers and sellers agree on a fair price. A difference of even one grade level can significantly change the value, which is why high-grade coins are so important. Storage and preservation are also key factors. Coins that have been kept in protective holders, away from air, moisture, and handling, are more likely to remain in excellent condition. Over time, even small amount of damage can reduce a coin's quality, so careful storage can make a big difference in maintaining value. For anyone who owns a 2001 Sacagawea dollar, the best approach is to examine it closely. Look for brightness, clarity, and any unusual features. If the coin stands out in any way, it might be worth having it evaluated. Knowledge and patience are essential, because true value is not always obvious at first glance. What makes this coin so fascinating is a combination of history, design, and possibility. It represents a moment in time when the United States introduced a new dollar coin with hope and ambition. Even though it didn't replace paper money as intended, it still holds a special place in modern coinage. In the end, the 2001 Sacagawea dollar is a reminder that value is not always visible. Most coins may remain ordinary, but a few can become extraordinary under the right conditions. That possibility is what keeps collectors interested and searching. It's not just about money. It's about discovery, curiosity, and the excitement of finding something truly special where you least expect it. Fourth up, the 2001 Sacagawea dollar is one of those coins that carries a quiet mystery, something that looks completely ordinary, yet holds the potential to surprise you if you understand what to look for. At first glance, it's just a golden-colored coin that many people have seen or even spent without thinking. But behind that simple appearance lies a deeper story of rarity, condition, and hidden variations that can turn this coin into something far more valuable than anyone expects. When this coin was released from the Philadelphia Mint, it came during a time when excitement for the Sacagawea series had already started to fade. After the massive flood of coins in the year 2000, production dropped significantly in 2001, but even then, millions of coins were still made. Because of this, most 2001 P coins remain common today, and in average condition, they are usually worth only their face value or just slightly above it. CoinValueChecker.com+1. But the story changes completely when condition enters the picture. A coin that has been used in daily life, scratched, or dulled by time will never attract serious attention. However, a coin that has somehow remained untouched, bright, sharp, and glowing with original luster, becomes something collectors truly want. High-grade examples can reach values far above normal, simply because so few coins survive in that near-perfect state. The highest levels of preservation are where the real excitement begins. Coins graded in top mint state levels are extremely rare, and collectors compete for them. Even though most 2001 P coins sell for only a few dollars in uncirculated condition, the very best examples can command significantly higher prices depending on their perfection. CoinValueChecker.com. But if you really want to understand where the big money comes from, you have to look at mint errors. This is where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. During the minting process, small mistakes can occur, and those mistakes can turn a simple coin into something unique. For the 2001 P Sacagawea dollar, one of the most famous errors is the improperly annealed planchet, often called a burnt or chocolate coin because of its unusual dark color. These coins look completely different from normal ones, with a deep brown tone instead of the typical golden shine. That visual difference makes them highly collectible, depending on condition and appearance. Such error coins can sell for hundreds of dollars, and sometimes even cross the $1,000 mark. CoinValueChecker.com. Another powerful error comes from coins struck on the wrong metal blank. Some 2001 P Sacagawea dollars were accidentally struck on quarter planchets, making them smaller, lighter, and silver-colored instead of gold. These are instantly noticeable and extremely rare. Because of their uniqueness, they have sold for thousands of dollars, showing how a simple mistake can create massive value. CoinValueChecker.com. There are also off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned. These coins can look unusual and dramatic, and the more extreme the error, the higher the value. Some of these have reached prices in a range of hundreds to even a couple $1,000s, depending on how clear and attractive the error is. CoinValueChecker.com. The idea of becoming rich overnight from a single coin is exciting, but it's important to stay grounded. Most 2001 P Sacagawea dollars are still worth only $1. The coins that reach high values are rare exceptions, those with perfect condition or unique minting errors. The dream is real, but the chances are limited. Still, that small chance is what keeps collectors searching. People go through old coin jars, bankrolls, and collections hoping to find something unusual. And sometimes they do. Even a small difference in color, weight, or design can turn out to be something valuable. Another important factor is preservation. Coins that were kept in original packaging or stored carefully over the years have a much better chance of being valuable. Once a coin is scratched or damaged, its potential drops quickly. That's why serious collectors always protect their coins from handling and environmental damage. Grading also plays a huge role. Professional grading services examine coins in detail and assign them a number based on their condition. This grade becomes the key to determining value. A coin graded at a higher level can be worth many times more than the same coin in a lower grade. What makes a 2001 P Sacagawea dollar so fascinating is the idea that value is hidden in plain sight. Millions of these coins exist, yet only a small number stand out. That contrast between common and rare is what creates excitement and keeps people interested in coin collecting. In the end, this coin is not just about money. It's about discovery. It's about looking at something ordinary and asking, could this be special? Most of the time, the answer is no. But sometimes, just sometimes, the answer is yes, and that's enough to keep the hunt alive. So if you have a 2001 P Sacagawea dollar, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Examine its shine, its details, and its uniqueness. Because while most coins stay ordinary, a few carry the power of surprise, and those are the ones that truly matter. Fifth up, the 2002 D Sacagawea dollar is one of those coins that creates a powerful illusion. At first, it looks like a simple golden coin with no real importance. But hidden beneath that ordinary appearance is a story of rarity, condition, and unexpected value. Many people assume such coins are worthless because they've seen them before. But in reality, the difference between a common coin and a valuable one lies in small details that most people never notice. That's where the real mystery begins. When the 2002 Sacagawea dollars were produced, something unusual happened. Unlike earlier years, these coins were not released into everyday circulation. Instead, they were sold directly to collectors in bags and rolls. This means that most 2002 D coins were preserved from the beginning, giving them a different kind of market presence. But here's the twist. Because they were stored together, many coins developed small marks during packaging, making truly perfect examples extremely rare. coinvaluechecker.com. At the surface level, the value of a normal 2002 Sacagawea dollar is very simple. In average condition, it is worth around its face value, just $1. Even uncirculated examples usually sell for only a few dollars, often between $5 to $7 depending on quality. This is a reality that most people don't want to hear, but it's important because it separates myth from truth. coinvaluechecker.com+1. coinvaluechecker.com+1. Now, here is where things start to change. The moment you move into high-grade coins, everything becomes different. A coin graded at a very high mint state level becomes extremely rare. Not because it was rare when made, but because so few survive without damage. Even small marks from other coins can lower the grade, so finding a nearly perfect 2002 D-coin is incredibly difficult. Collectors are obsessed with perfection. They look for coins that still shine like they just left the mint, with no scratches, no dullness, and fully sharp details. When a 2002 Sacagawea dollar reaches that level, its value begins to climb. While most coins remain cheap, top-quality examples can sell for significantly higher amounts, simply because of their rarity in that condition. But the real explosion in value happens when you introduce mint errors. This is where an ordinary coin can suddenly become extraordinary. One of the most famous examples is the wrong planchet error, where the coin was accidentally struck on a blank meant for another coin, such as a quarter. This creates a completely different size, weight, and appearance. And here's the shocking truth. One such 2002 error coin sold for over $8,000 at auction. That's not imagination, that's reality. It shows how a simple mistake during production can turn a $1 coin into something worth thousands. This is the kind of hidden power that makes collectors so excited about these coins. coinvaluechecker.com. There are also other types of errors, like off-center strikes or unusual surface defects. While not all errors are extremely valuable, some can still bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on how rare and visible they are. The more dramatic the error, the higher the demand from collectors. coinvaluechecker.com. Now let's address the biggest claim. The idea that this coin can make you a millionaire or billionaire overnight. The truth is simple. That level of value is extremely unlikely. Most 2002 Sacagawea dollars are not rare enough to reach millions. The coins that achieve very high prices are usually unique errors or nearly perfect specimens with almost no competition. But that doesn't mean the opportunity is fake. It means the opportunity is rare. And rarity is exactly what creates value in the coin world. Even if only a few coins out of millions become valuable, those few coins are enough to keep collectors searching every day. Another important factor is preservation. Coins that have been stored carefully since 2002 have a much better chance of being valuable today. If a coin has avoided scratches, moisture, and handling, it can still maintain its original beauty. That beauty is what collectors are willing to pay for. Grading is also a key part of the story. Professional grading services examine coins closely and assign them a grade. This grade becomes proof of quality and helps determine value in the market. A small difference in grade can mean a huge difference in price, especially at the highest levels. What makes the 2002 Sacagawea dollar so fascinating is the contrast between its common nature and its hidden potential. Millions exist, yet only a tiny fraction stand out. That contrast creates excitement, curiosity, and the feeling that something valuable could be hiding in plain sight. In the end, this coin is not just about money. It's about discovery. It's about understanding that value doesn't come from appearance alone, but from rarity, condition, and uniqueness. Most coins will remain ordinary, but a few can become extraordinary. And that possibility is what makes this coin so powerful and so intriguing.